First thing is, life isn't fair. You hear people talking about it all the time. That's not fair. This isn't fair. My kids say it all the time. Oh, that's not fair. Correct. Good, you learn at an early age. Life has never been fair. Do you think in the gladiator days life was fair? One guy's a peasant fighting for his life. The other guy's a king. He just got born that way. Well, that's cool. You either fight lions or watch people get eaten by lions. I'd rather watch people get eaten, but you don't get a pick. Caveman days, was that fair? Some poor guy gets born, he grows up, he's 5'2". He's dead. In the caveman days, size mattered. And that's all that mattered. It was like, but no brain waves going on here. Some guy can make a hammer, some guy's got a bat, and he kills a guy who knows how to make a hammer because he's bigger than him. And you walk out of your cave and you get eaten by a tiger. Shitty day, right? I mean, think about it. There's a lot of unfair things going on there. It wasn't fair. It's never been fair. You know, a woman could not divorce a man until the 1970s. Is that fair? No. Some people are tall, some people are short. You see a guy 6'8", poor guy's flying in coach. That's not fair. That guy should be in first class because he needs the space. And then you look up in first class and there's a 4-year-old there with the feet sticking out like this. Doesn't need first class. Bought the ticket. It ain't fair. It is what it is. You know, you got Prince Harry, born, red hair, making it look good. Guy's born, he's born, you know, worth $300 million. That's not fair. That's not fair at all. I was born in the hood. I was born by the airport. You know, planes going over your head all the time. That means it's not a good neighborhood. My parents, I think my dad had 9th grade, my mom had 7th grade. They were aspiring to greatness. So the reality is, if you understand that nothing's fair, 2 things occur. 1, it frees your mind to not worry about it anymore, so fuck it. 2, if things aren't fair, learn how to balance them or unbalance them, move things your way. Because if things are unfair, make unfairness work for you. If you make unfairness work for you, you won't complain about it so much. You shouldn't complain about it at all because you can't do anything about it. So make it work in your favor. Make unfair awesome. So there's certain things that aren't fair about basketball. What's unfair about basketball?
Some people are taller than others.
Yeah. Some people are 6'8", so they're naturally going to be better at basketball than somebody who's 5'2". That's the reality. It's not fair. So if you're born and you're 5 years old and you watch the NBA and you look at LeBron James and he's King James and he's awesome, he's the best ever, he's better than Michael Jordan. I don't believe that. But if you think it is, whatever. Because you're in love with the situation, you think it's awesome. You grow up, you mature, you're 5'2", and one leg shorter than the other. Not fair, is it? It's not fair. But it is what it is. Work with what you have. Work with where you are. Work with the circumstances. You know, when I started off in the business, I was $18,000 in debt. I got a job at Kodak previously. I had about 40 different jobs before I started in the business. I got a job, I was 24. I also went to high school for 7 years, if anybody wants to hear how shitty my world was. I lived in my brother's dining room, and I got a job at Kodak, and they immediately will lend you up to $25,000 from the credit union. Wow. I bought a car, I bought a boat, I bought a motorcycle, I bought a better car, and I had to go about paying for it. And that, by the time I sold everything, I owed $18,000. I bought high and sold low, not the way it works. But stuff kept breaking. I went snowmobiling for, oh, that was fantastic. I had a great time. I had a killer time. A year and a half of just spectacular spending. And then, how am I going to pay for all this? That's why I was living in my brother's dining room, because it was $100 a month. That's the only way I survived. Terrible. Life isn't fair. But it doesn't have to suck either. Move things in your direction. Everybody has strengths. When things don't go your way, it's giving you power. Because, bless you, because you can overcome things. If things happen unfair in your world, if your parents separated, if somebody beat the crap out of you, or whatever happened, that's something you've already overcome. Give yourself credit for it, instead of getting stuck in the thinking that that is detracting from what you can accomplish. It's already made you stronger. Don't be sorry it happened, don't be glad it happened. You can't change the past, but use it as power. You should credit yourself for the fact that that didn't break you. Does that make sense? So we all agree life isn't fair, right? Anybody want to argue the point? I'll debate anything. I'm in. All right. So I wasted all this paper for life isn't fair. I'll reuse it.